Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have for you a national debate between representatives from the northern and southern United States. It is the year 1860, and they are debating over who is ultimately responsible for the United States' resurgence into slave trade and labor.
Alright, hello, I'm the representative from the north, Garrison. I'm from Boston. And these are the representatives from the south.
Hello there, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Sal, and we're from Mississippi.
We are co-associates on our plantation.
So here's the problem. Slavery has reemerged in recent years, and you guys should have freed your slaves long ago.
Now, before you go on some hypocritical tangent, I'm going to stop you and say that your states still have slaves, just like us.
But that's not true. The North ended slavery in Massachusetts and Vermont.
Alright, see here, we can't just free our slaves like that. We need a profitable workforce to harvest all our cotton. Your northern economy depends on the cotton that us, as the South, harvests.
BAM!
Well, your keeping of slaves is inhumane. Your bad treatment of them and their innocent killings, such as in Turner's Rebellion, in which many innocent slaves were killed, is just awful. Textile owners, such as Francis Cabot Lowell, provide a moral, safe environment in which the worker is paid for their efforts. Not contracted for life. They can quit if they want.
Alright, now I'm going to stop you there, and I'm going to say that Turner's Rebellion was a rare example on the ownership part of just bad leadership. They could not handle their slaves. Most southern plantations are not like that. Like ours, we take very good care of our slaves, because slaves are our most valuable asset for our economy's success. Slaves cost anywhere, this past year, anywhere from about like $500 to $1,500, depending on the quality of the slave. And that's not even factoring in the cost of how much it is to maintain them and keep them on the plantation.
True. Our industries may have some connection with your economy, but we employ workers, not kept in bondage for life, which encourages them to work hard for a fair pay. Some of these people come from rural areas around us, or other countries, like Ireland. They're going through a potato famine there, and many of them are making more money than they ever had in their lives, and they're getting food to put on the table. These jobs give us capital to expand our industries. We do not need slaves, therefore we are not to blame.
Well, you see, the facts are these. In order for your economy to expand and prosper, you rely on our production of cotton. And because your need for our cotton has expanded over the last few years, our need for slave workers has increased with that. As a matter of fact, over the last 30 years, from 1820 to 1850, the slave population has doubled from 1.5 million to 3 million based on your need for our cotton production alone. No other variables.
Hey, don't credit us for that. It is due to the cotton gin and your heavy use of it in the South.
Alright, don't even blame us for the cotton gin. Eli Whitney, in the first place, was the one who invented that cotton gin. And I don't deny its usefulness, because it helps separate the fibers from some seeds, and that took a long time before. Mr. Eli Whitney said it himself. One man in the cotton gin can clean 100 times more cotton than they could before.
But his intention was to replace human labor with mechanical labor, thus ending the need for slaves. It did not turn out that way, however, due to you guys.
Well, you see, with the gin, it enables us to harvest different types of cotton. Now, previously, we were only able to grow something known as short staple cotton, which was a form of cotton that was only available to grow under certain circumstances. And with that gin speeding up the production of that particular cotton, that frees us up to expand our fields and our industries so that we can have more plantations which are dedicated to growing different types of cotton, a much more long staple cotton, which can be grown in much different circumstances. And because of our increase in cotton cleaning, your exports have risen about 6,000% from 1709 to 1850.
Hey, that's ridiculous. Your economy was stable before this invention, and more slaves is definitely not economical.
No matter how you look at it, it all comes down to slavery. Slavery is the pinpoint of our country's economy, and without it, there would be no cotton production. And with no cotton production, our country would have no profit, and our economy would cease to be. Now, what we can agree on is that the cotton gin definitely revitalized slavery and caused the resurgence that it has now. It's both parts of America's fault. It's the North's fault for inventing it in the first place, and it's the South's fault for overusing it and relying on it so heavily that it's caused this resurgence in slave need. America as a whole is to blame.